Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick little interlude video, guys. I'm gonna be doing these interlude videos just on certain topics whenever I can, because we're building up, guys. I've got big plans for me to chat you lots ear off. So I definitely want to do some interludes on topics that I have had people on TikTok resonate with. And yeah, guys, the topics will vary, as you guys can see by the title. This one is about first relationships. Now, I did a video about this on TikTok, but I just want to talk about what that can be like for the people that felt like they knew maybe what they were getting into, or they knew exactly how they were going to navigate it, but it turns out that it wasn't as easy as they predicted. And I'm just going to get straight into it. I feel like, as for me, I can say I had a couple situations going on, but I've never had a relationship. I've never really gone that deep with someone, never been in something where life's intertwined, families intertwined, friends are intertwined, emotions are intertwined. Literally no one has ever gotten access to know me on that level, or know me to the point where they know everything about me. There's probably people think they did get to know me, but they never did. And there's only one person that knows me to the extent of me, the full package of me, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and that's my boyfriend. So like, for me, I've always said I'm never gonna let a relationship consume me. I'm never gonna let this that happen. I'm never gonna let no man have my life all intertwined with it. I always thought that I was always gonna have the one up. I was always gonna be the one in charge. I was always gonna be the one that, I don't know, just knew how to. I thought I was gonna always be the one that actually was more emotionally mature, knew my ways around combining emotion and life with another person. I thought I was the one that knew already how to navigate. I was incorrect about that, actually. And yeah, sorry guys, the noise, ignore. I was severely incorrect about that. I really realized very soon that my boyfriend was gonna run this shit. Now I'm joking, guys. You know when you're one of those girls where your man knows that you run this shit, by the end of the day, like, we may know who really runs this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I run this shit, but you know, yeah. But I definitely feel like I wouldn't be the person I am right now. I look at the person that knew it was this time last year, I'm like, babe, even at the beginning of my relationship, I'm like, I'm a whole different person. I've learned so much about myself in this relationship that honestly, I will never do this ever again. God willing, this is my husband. But honestly, this is not something that, yeah, now I get why. I thought I've been through a heartbreak before, and now I get why people were always so stressed and feeling like their whole life is crumbling. I actually could not have someone know me this much and then have that person taken away from me. I just can't even think about it. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna talk to you guys about kind of, yeah, if this is your first relationship, take it easy. You're not gonna have it all figured out, and your person needs to actually remember that as you're going on. I actually believe that sometimes when you're in a relationship, you actually forget where maybe you guys differ in maturity wise, you guys differ in experience wise. These things all come into play. They don't come into play every conversation or every day or in every moment, but I definitely feel like, remember to always cut yourself slack. Like, yes, you are in a relationship, but this is still foreign to you. Stuff can still feel foreign to you. Like, it's not all supposed to make sense, especially for someone like me that I've never been in love before. I actually used to think I was very incapable of loving someone. Not the fact that I thought someone could love me. I thought that I didn't have the capacity for love. I didn't understand it. I don't, still to this day, like, I feel like I overthink what it is there's specific standards that I have to be meeting. If I'm not meeting them, am I loving properly? Am I caring properly? Some may call that relationship OCD, and if you guys want to take a deeper dive into that, I definitely will do my research, because I've actually had moments where I've been like, damn, do I have that? Because I've always trying to like find like a certain answer to feelings that I'm feeling, because everything does feel foreign. And it doesn't feel foreign now, but definitely during the relationship, there's times where it's been like, damn, like, it feels very new to me, and feelings that I'm not used to will conclude other things. And it's like, no, that's not what it is, babe. Be in the present. This is all new to you, and at the end of the day, you are two separate people trying to create one. Like, there's going to be so many things that come into play. As for the love thing, yeah, I did not know if I was ever going to be able to do that, and I am, obviously, and it's a beautiful thing, but it also can be very, very confusing, and it can be very trying, because you, as someone that has not been in love before, not been in a relationship, you never had to equally share so much of yourself to another person, especially someone that you're also trying to receive back from. You're not just sharing yourself to them, and you need to remember that this is not a one-way street. It's a two-way thing, man. It's a two-way thing. You can't just expect to offload and share and everything of yours, but then not remember there's an exchange. You guys are in a relationship. You are loving each other, caring for each other, knowing each other, understanding and learning about each other. So I definitely would say that, yeah, I'm not going to say, guys, I'm an only child, and I've always had quite a lot of attention towards my way of operating in life. I don't want to say that I'm like selfish or self-centered, but I've never had to actually really worry about equally sharing or understanding someone as an equal, because my friends, I always understand and share stuff with them equally, but on an emotional level, it wasn't so much. As a friend, like, exchanges are normal. I care for my friends. I'm always there for all my friends, and I feel like I am the friend that people confide in. But having to learn how to romantically and emotionally have someone confide in you and confide in them as well is all foreign. And as I said, being an only child, I feel like I wasn't accustomed to the, I don't want to say like accustomed to having to care about someone just as much as you care about yourself, but so I care about my people around me, but the levels are different. My mum is my mum. She's like someone I look up to, someone on your level and someone that you want to create life with. Yeah, I think it's definitely different having to learn about balancing love and balancing emotions with someone just as much as you do yourself. And this is a day-to-day occurrence. This is something that you are choosing to do every single day. So yeah, it's definitely not something that's light. And yeah, guys, I would always say, if you feel like you are someone that doesn't know enough about love, as I said, I used to say this on TikTok a couple times, that I would see people say, I'm such a lover girl, I'm such a lover boy, and I'd be like, I don't really feel like that. I don't feel like that. Yeah, I just don't feel like I'm a lover girl. I don't feel like I'm a lover boy. I don't, well, obviously, but anyways, I don't feel like I'm a lover girl. I didn't feel like I knew. I felt like there was a certain image that I'd always see and a standard that in my head I created, and I was like, I don't feel like I fit this. I don't feel like I've ever been indulged in enough of, well, I've never been indulged in any romantic love to understand it. And also at the same time, I've always been quite uncomfortable to love in a way. I can definitely receive care and give out care, but love itself, I thought was some complex thing that I just didn't know enough about. And honestly, I think that's because I have been quite an avoidant my whole life, but at the same time, like, I also just, I don't know, like, I've never been met with it, you know what I mean? But guys, do not fear. When you are met with someone that, the right person that creates a safe haven for that to come, that comes, honestly. And do not overthink it. Do not feel like, are you loving right? Is this right? First of all, everything will be stated to you. Hopefully you'll be with someone that can communicate, and you will know if they feel loved right and if they don't, which is normal. There's times where they maybe don't feel something as much as you think that you're giving out, because this is still new to you. You just have to work on different ways. For example, at the beginning of my relationship, my boyfriend had stated about me being more affectionate, but for me it's like, I thought I was already being so affectionate. But then when I really realized the affection I wanted, it's in my head, like I want it to happen so bad, but there was like a limitation because it's still foreign to me. And then that one day I was just like, you know what, I know that my body, my subconscious wants to give you all this affection, all this love, but it's something that was like blocking me, like limiting me. And I guess that's because in my head I always thought like I had a limitation to love, affection. It's like I was feeding that into myself. Then I just realized, wait, we just got to do, like, this is your first relationship, so at the end of the day, it's not something you knew before how to do, or something that you're just gonna miraculously embody one day. You actually have to make the effort to learn every single day on how to love someone and love them in the way they want to be loved. And yeah, guys, my boyfriend may say that maybe I'm too clingy now and too affectionate, but yeah, the real me has been unleashed. And yeah, guys, not be afraid and just act out how I actually feel. I've always been someone that's find it very easy to voice how I feel and voice what's not working for me, what's working for me. But when it comes to the physical side or being affectionate, I used to just feel very blocked off to that. But now I made that conscious effort to compliment my man more, to be affectionate with him more. All these, by the way, guys, these are all the past things. This is not a problem. But it's like, even in, it's like, it wasn't in my nature to just go off the bat and compliment someone, like a man, because even in past experiences, it just wasn't like that. Like, it just wasn't. Like, of course, yeah. But to actually remember you were supposed to be pouring and feeding into someone just as much as they pour into you. I feel like someone in your first relationship, you do forget, because you get so consumed in this new life that you're experiencing from this other person. This other person that you didn't even know is pouring so much into you because they love you so much and you guys are building something. And as a person in a new relationship, you might forget, oh wait, I'm actually supposed to be doing the same back. I'm mature enough to admit it can be a thing that definitely happens, but it's also something that you have to be very conscious and on top of, so that you remember you are also pouring into your person. So if you guys are beginning out in a relationship, please remember, as much as you can, as much as this is new for you, you are still involved in something with someone, so you have to pull back. It's not even a question. Definitely say we're believing that there's people that believe that they're not going to find their person. Do not worry about it, guys, because even me, that's in my first relationship, I definitely could say that I did not really deep, it all happened so quick. I didn't deep how much of time and energy that goes into that. Like, do you know what I mean? I was so used to operating on my own time, my own accord. I knew myself so well, or I thought I knew myself so well. But being met with another energy that also cared about me so much, but also challenged me in a way, it was definitely a lot. I genuinely do not feel like the same person at all. So guys, just be aware. Just be aware that there's no rush into it, because at the end of the day, when you do get into your first relationship, you will learn so much, and you will really realize that actually, wait, I can't operate on my own accord, on my own time as much as I could before. You have to physically be conscious of caring about that other person, thinking about what's being said, how you're acting. You can't just be on a selfish time, and you really can't. It's not a selfish thing. A relationship is not a selfish thing, guys. So if you're selfish, you need to work on that. And even me, as I said, I feel like I had a innocently selfish way of thinking, just maybe from how I've been brought up, or just feeling like I'm so aware of everything. I thought I was so aware of everyone and everything and everyone's feelings, but in reality, it was more just me being aware of how I'm making someone feel, what I'm doing, or me, not necessarily putting myself in someone else's shoes and figuring out how they see something. So that's another thing about a relationship, really about empathy. I used to think I was so empathetic, or I am, but to the levels that you have to be for a relationship, guys, you really have to see something in your person's shoes, because you want to see and understand their world, so that you guys can understand you lot's world together. So yeah, but definitely, guys, do not feel like there's a standard that you have to meet. If you feel like you haven't met it before of love, or you don't understand it, do not stress yourself out. That is normal. It will all come. It will literally all come, guys, as you learn, as you go along. Do not compare yourself to people that have been in relationship for years, or people that have never had one as well, people that have been in their third, or whatever, or anything you see on social media. Because at the end of the day, guys, no one is you and your man, or you and your girl, or you and your person. You guys, no one understands your dynamic. As much as you can try and articulate to people around you, your friends, your family, at the end of the day, they're only basing stuff off of general things that happen to all relationships. Like, you guys, is you lot's world, and you really do need to pour into that as much as you can. But at the same time, remember to still have that individuality, and please do remember that, because I feel like last year was quite hard for me, because I got very consumed in, not in any toxic way, guys, you just generally do get very consumed. You're learning a new person and you love them, and this is very foreign to you in general, so you're just trying to understand it. But I definitely would say now I'm so much better with dealing with the balance. You're gonna find things that maybe in the beginning of the relationship, you guys, it wouldn't even pass you lot's mind of operating this way or having these systems in place or whatever, but it's all worth it, it's all needed, guys. And yeah, first relationships are not easy, and hopefully your first will be your last, guys. And unless you're someone that just dates for the fun of it, just enjoy it, enjoy learning about yourself. Remember that, please, I think the main thing is remember that you guys are two different people. As much as you spend time with each other, as much as you guys know each other, as much as you guys have built one, you guys are still two different people trying to create one. So nothing is always going to be eye to eye or the same level. You just have to know and care to work around that, and for you and your person and for your mental health, because you do start to question a lot of the ways you either have operated in your life or what your morals were. Like, was I a good person? Because I feels like I can't say nothing right or do nothing wrong, you know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a task, guys, and it's not, you can love someone, but at the end of the day, as people say, it's a choice to keep showing up and loving that person. And, you know, yeah, just trying to understand it in a healthy way, guys. Cut yourself slack. It's your first relationship. Please, just cut yourself slack. Love you guys.